Hello and welcome back to the Athlete Network. My name is Curt, and it's my privilege to serve on the Eye Association Board of Directors. With me are two very special guests from a very special group of eye men, and we'll let them introduce themselves and tell you a little bit.
I'm Coyle. I came here in 1969. I was an all-around man. I couldn't get a job after I graduated, so I stayed and got a master's degree and then moved on.
And Chuck?
I am Chuck Earle, graduated 1971, worked still rings for 3 years, and we've obviously enjoyed our fellowship and groupings since about 2010 when we got all this together.
Your group is a very special group because, as many of you know, Indiana has not fielded a men's gymnastics team since, I believe, 1982, but it seems time and time again your group has stuck together, and your group is one of the bigger representations, bigger groups of athletes at our golf outings and our other gatherings. What do you attribute that to? Why are you so close year after year?
I think it's because we really enjoyed each other's company, fellowship, whatever you want to call it. And so as the years went by, we would come back and have little reunions on our own, and then the golf outings started, and that made an even better excuse for us to come back and spend a weekend together.
Yeah, Gene and I, one of our dear friends who's now passed on, Benny Fernandez, a gentleman named Gary Powell, retired attorney and writer in North Carolina. That's kind of the core of the group, and three of us were really serious hackers when it came to golf. Got together on a regular basis, it seemed, every summer, and it's kind of grown because other people found out how much fun we were having and the fact that we're still sort of mobile.
What memories, what impressions have lasted, have been lifelong lessons for you? What types of things did gymnastics mean to you while you were at IU?
This isn't a great answer that people would expect, but it's the pain, the visits to the training room, a couple of nights I got to spend in the student hospital. Gymnastics is horrible on the human body. I've now had both hips replaced, but the more pleasant memories are when we would go to a meet which we were not expected to win, and everybody would have a very good day, and it was just the perfect storm, and we would knock off, a Michigan State or a Michigan sort of thing. And that made the drive back to Bloomington very pleasant.
And I kind of think on kind of the history of the program, where I was kind of in a transition between our Gene had him for at least a year. Otto Reiser, Dr. Reiser he was known as the father of Indiana gymnastics. He created about a 40 high school program that ended up with the state championship and sponsored the IHSAA. He actually let me get into the university despite my poor academics, and suddenly I became a student because I wanted to continue competition, and I think that kind of spread to the fact that I was influenced by guys like Gene and some of these other people that were pulling 3.5 and 4.0s. And I found out when you open books, sometimes your grades went up.
That's just a working hypothesis. We make no positive claims. I found that just putting the textbooks under my pillow at night worked just fine.
Osmosis, is that right?
Knowledge by osmosis.
Where are you joining us from today?
I'm living in Simic, Ellettsville. I found out I couldn't afford to buy in Bloomington for 3 years, and found a little retirement home. I was in Martinsville before that, and Indianapolis for 30 years teaching.
Well, I spent 30 years with the CIA. 15 of those in various countries around the world, like Moscow and some interesting places. And then the last 2 years of that career, there's an academic outreach program. So I came back and I was a visiting professor at IU. And when I retired from that, the Dean of Arts and Sciences invited me to keep on teaching, so I wound up being a professor here for 14 years. And in 2017, I decided I had contributed enough to society, and my wife and I still live here on the east side of town, and I come out to play golf just to keep me humble.
Gentlemen, I appreciate your time. Welcome back and enjoy the day. And we appreciate it. Thank you very much. The cookies have come out. We better do that off camera.
Yeah, my wife baked the cookies this morning, so
we better try them.
Hey, Curt.
Nice to see you. Yeah, that's a wrap. They want to take your picture. Do this. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate your time. Thank you.